A quick look at the front page of Marca, so it must be true. It was talk of a swap deal for Antoine Griezmann and Joao Felix between Atleti and Barcelona. Barcelona have said it is totally false, but could you see anything like that being a good fit, Craig Burley?
Well, again, I mean, you know, with Antoine Griezmann going back to his old club where he had, you know, huge success. But I go back to my point about a new coach comes in, you know, a clean sweep with the broom. We know how talented Griezmann is. And so, maybe, look, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater here. You can't lose all your top players or 60-70% of your top players and rebuild that quickly. So he's going to have to keep some of them. And I believe, you know, Antoine Griezmann can still perform at Barcelona if he's played in the right position. And also, if Messi goes, we don't have to have that, you know, stepping on each other's toes kind of scenario. So I would say at the moment that looks unlikely. I mean, Joao Felix has really struggled this season. Said he'll know better than me at Atletico Madrid. I mean, he found himself on the bench towards the end of the season as well. So the big money signings there haven't really worked out. But if I was Antoine Griezmann, I don't think I'd be quite ready to chuck the towel in at Barcelona just yet.
Before I do go to Shaka on Griezmann, just Sid, on Joao Felix, is that the wrong fit for him, a club like Atleti, and was it all along?
Well, in truth, that's what we all thought. We all thought, is this the kind of player and the kind of coach and the kind of environment in which he can shine? Also, he's a very young player. Now, of course, we all got very, very excited when last summer in New York, they scored 7 goals past Real Madrid, and he was absolutely wonderful. In the first couple of weeks of the season, he played very, very well indeed. But I think that's a doubt. That said, I mean, as Craig's already pointed out, with changes of manager, I also think just changes of season, you know, changes of mindset and conditions and context means that just because Joao Felix had a fairly difficult first season doesn't mean he can't succeed at Atletico Madrid. But I think it's entirely legitimate to pose the question that you've posed, and that's been part of the debate in Spain about whether this is, the right player, but at the wrong club.
Shaka, just to end this then, Griezmann, is that the player to build around if Lionel Messi does leave Barcelona?
I think Barcelona have no choice but to give that a go. I mean, who else is there if Luis Suarez has already been told he's surplus to requirements? Listen, I understand the swap deal between Joao Felix and Griezmann if all things were to stay exactly as they are. And despite how Griezmann left Atletico Madrid, I think fans, as we know, are fickle. You score a couple of goals and all may be forgotten, and maybe Joao Felix needs a new challenge because given his own frustration. But if you're Antoine Griezmann or part of Griezmann's camp, and you know that Luis Suarez has been told he's surplus to requirements, Lionel Messi, that whole situation is still up in the air. This might be the perfect opportunity for you to establish yourself as Barcelona's star in going forward, as the player that they can build their team around. So as much sense as it may make, as rosily as this may be painted, you do absolutely nothing until the Lionel Messi situation is sorted. Only then can you make an informed decision.
Craig, quick question. Who's the better player, Antoine Griezmann or Philippe Coutinho?
Well, I think an informed Antoine. I mean, they're both. Sorry about this, but they're both great players. I mean, you know, but given the context of it, you know, with Messi leaving probably and Suarez leaving probably, Antoine Griezmann becomes a much bigger piece of this chess match for Barcelona. And so we clearly know he has the talent. He'll never get the goals that Messi has got, and nobody will. But I think he becomes so much more important for them. And so, you know, whatever they do with Coutinho is what they do. But they cannot afford, in my opinion, and Shaq touched on it, they can't afford in one go to lose Luis Suarez, Lionel Messi, and a World Cup winner, an underperforming one at that, and Antoine Griezmann.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.